RPMs, pops RPMs.
That's me.
Simad, thank you for 72. Happy anniversary, sir.
Again, why can't I?
Why can't you what?
Connect the track to the Switch.
It's sometimes not happy about like the terrain level and stuff like that.
Could you pop down here, Sammy, and see what I'm doing wrong?
Okay, hang on. What's wrong?
I just want a piece of track going towards the mountain.
That's all I want, just a piece of track.
Just going towards the mountain. But this game won't let me. It was fine till I had to change all the spacing. Isn't that what I had? I'm confused. Well, how did you do that? There's literally nothing. You've put a cross junction it. What?
You can delete the cross on the end.
So you had to put the cross on the end for the game to let you.
It's a bug within the track pieces at the moment. Sometimes if you can't connect on the back of it, you have to place a cross, delete the piece that's there, place the exact same piece, and then it'll build. I can't explain it. I'm not there.
I need a day at the spa after this.
Hey, I told you, I blame Paul.
You're the one that said we had to change track spacing.
Thank you, Pit TC. Thank you for 76 as well. And the only problem is if I want to junction into this, it's going to delete the entire curve.
Yeah, but it's just as easy to place it back.
Is it though?
Yes.
And get the spacing between the next track? I'm not so sure. I wonder if I put a little marker down first. I'm sure you should be able to glitch this in. Yeah, it looks fine as it is, Corvette, but if I want to, you see that siding there, if I want to bring that siding into this, I need to put like a junction in here somewhere, but when I delete this, it will delete the entire stretch.
Yeah, and that is difficult. That is very difficult. To put a junction on the mid of the corner, that is difficult. But it's trades of advantages that, you know, you've just built a perfectly piece of curved track versus trying to put your junction in, you know?
I'm not going to try. What I'm going to do is I'm going to snip into this bit here and build a junction off that. So you come off into the siding line, then go off into the warehouse you want.
So what's your point in you having your two mains then?
What do you mean? It's literally your fast line.
Surely you want the two mains to go to that freight depot, because that's where everything needs to go.
Yeah, but
I don't know why you've got three lines. I don't understand.
this line here goes off into your spawn area or warehouse, doesn't it? And that's your main line.
But you're going to make life... You can do it. Do it. Yeah, fine.
Well, I don't understand what you're thinking then.
I don't understand that. Why are you having that as an off spurt when you won't really ever need to pass here? You'll only be coming here if you've got something to unload. So you don't need it on a spur. You can just have it on the main. But if you want to put it on a spur, that's fine.
I feel like I'm just not understanding something.
Would you like me to put a point here?
No. No. We're not at the stage where we're ready for building stuff because we're still discussing. I'm not understanding the thought process. You should always have two mains. How can you have two mains? So you come here when you want to unload and sell things, right?
Yeah.
Onto this track. So then it's a case of, well, how do you get here? So if we join it straight into the piece here.
So do you want to do it like that then?
Didn't you just say, do you want me to build a piece of track? And I went, no. And then you built a piece of track.
Well, I can't describe what I'm trying to tell you, so it's easier for me to build it. And if you don't like it, I'll delete it. I'm not...
So that was one option that I just said. And then you said, I don't see the point.
I don't see the point in doing it like this because it's an extra switch when you don't need an extra switch. But I'm not adverse to putting switches in, as you well know.
Well, the alternative is that we break into this lovely curve here and put a switch on this lovely curve, which we know is difficult.
I think you're feeling too precious about your first lovely curve that you've built.
Not really. You told me it's difficult to build into this curve.
And they say me and Alex are the married couple.
Me and Paul playing this game is quite amusing, I think. Just... If you want it to be like this, it's fine. I'm trying to build out of my limitations with your limitations.
I literally said I don't understand your thought process behind it, like why you objected to doing this. So show me what you was thinking instead.
I wouldn't... So, you've got the third line away from the freight depot. I wouldn't have that. I would just pull your one track to the inside line, and then the outside track will just be a bypass if you happen to be on that track. But I don't think you need two lines going past the freight depot. It's an unload, it's not a main.
But this is a main line, these two tracks.
Why do you need... But you wouldn't have to... In order to do two mainline tracks to the warehouse, you'd want one to one side and one to the other.
I haven't got two main lines to the warehouse. This main line goes to the oil field and the refinery and the ironworks. That's literally the main line does. Then it's a question of, well, how do we get into the warehouse? But this is still a main line that's designed to go past the warehouse.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if you're on the main line with some goods that you want to sell at the warehouse, how do you get off the main line to the warehouse? That's the discussion. If you come in from the oil field or whatever, the ironworks, let's say you're coming from the ironworks to the warehouse, you'll be coming along the main line from there to here. So then you just, jump off onto here? That's fine. We can do that coming this way.
Well, do you want to do it as a lay-by? So do you want to say where I'm standing now, if you can see me?
Yeah.
If you, say, extend this straight a little bit more, and then put a literal little siding in to go in front of the freight depot, and then join back on the freight depot at yours. Like, say this is a dual carriageway, you put the little lay-by on the sides. Like, do you want to do it like that? I genuinely don't mind.
Before we do anything else, are we driving left or right in this world?
I genuinely don't care. I'm happy to stick with British and we'll drive on the left.
Celebratory bunting.
Because that...
Great stream. Also, Unstoppable is an underrated runaway train movie made in 2010. You all might like it.
I don't think I've seen Unstoppable. Actually, I might have seen Unstoppable, Corvette dude. Thank you, thank you,
Runaway
mate.
Train.
It's with Denzel. Is it Denzel Washington?
I think so.
Is it Denzel Washington?
I think I have seen
Sorry.
it. And there's one with Steven Seagal as well, where they're on a train and he's like working his way up, isn't he? Like killing all the bad guys. I can't remember what that one was called.
Yeah, it's Denzel Washington and Chris Pine.
Right, so are we operating left-sided?
Yes.
Okay. So that in itself changes things. So in that case, if you're mainlining on this track here, you can just branch off to there. You don't need what you've got there anymore.
Which is what I thought, which is my original point as to why I didn't want to do it the way that I've currently built this.
But in my head, I was driving on the right side of the track. So I was
so
here.
you were being continental, were you?
Well, I didn't want to drive on the wrong side, Tommy.
I don't think there is a wrong side.
Of course there's not a wrong
in
side.
Railways Online, there is not a wrong side.
No,
I can assure you,
it's always a choice. There's only
Bro
two
will
ways
be
of doing
driving
it.
on the right because you know that he will do that.
That's a good point. If he comes down the wrong way,
And that's on him. Like,
we just put signs up saying this way.
see, maybe. See, he's not even denying it, Paul.
Listen, Vrome, if you want to be in this world, you gotta play by the rules of the world. Oh God! Right. So in that case, fine. Get rid of that track. If we're driving on the left, we'll branch off here.
Gone. See how easy was that?
Which you said it was difficult.
Well, what I would recommend is extending the straight in front of the freight depot, putting the point in, and then connect that as your new straight. That's the easier way of doing it, rather than putting a point on the curve. I love this. The fact that we've been playing for an hour and a half. Just like...
I don't even know what Pups is doing right now. I think he's sobbing in a corner over grids and splines. I don't like maths.
Just having a meltdown, okay? Leave me alone.
I'm trying to not go off and build my own thing because you said that I might repeat something I've already done. So I'm trying to build with you.
That's fine.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm just organising some marriage counselling for the pair of you.
It wouldn't work.
Doomed to failure.
So for the reference point, I'm going to delete this one as well because that'll put you off.
Hang on, what was you saying about Switch here?
So
No, that's not right.
what I would say is that this bit doesn't need to be that long just for now. Put a back switch on, so a switch with a spur off to the right-hand side. Need to connect to the straight point, but you'll want the switch on the outside of the track.
Yeah, it's still messing with my head this at the moment. It's more, I get it by guessing.
It's 4 pieces of track. How difficult could it be, right?
Which way do we want it? We don't want it.
No, Conquan, I'm having a mental breakdown and I think I need to take my hoodie off. Is that how you want it, on the curve, with a straight going that way?
Well, I don't know. I've just put something down. I'm pretty sure I can bring that over to the other line. And that can just come to here, can't it?
Hang on, I thought you don't want... So are you having the freight depot as a lay-by?
So you come off the main line because you drive... Wait, where's that other track? Oh. Where's that other track gone?
Don't worry about the other track, it's gone.
Why is it gone?
Because I thought you're changing it again.
What's going on? Did I misunderstand something? We're coming
Yes,
down here on the main line, and then you
misunderstood
branch off to the warehouse. That's literally
Right,
what we.
so that's how you're doing it. That's fine. So now drag that to your new point.
What did that track go?
But you probably want that switch on the opposite side for a start. You want the lever on the other side, sorry, not the switch. But be more
Let's get rid
specific.
of that now. Just when I found the right piece as well. I don't know which one I had. Was it that one?
That's the one you want, yes.
Oh, that looks ugly. Not you, what I've done.
How can it look ugly? You got splines and stuff.
Yeah, but you tried doing a curve behind the back of the sawmill.
You can't fit it, mate.
You can. Just.
I'm sure this other track was perfectly okay where it was.
You just need to go very slowly where the curve. That's all I'm saying.
What if we run the railways?
Yeah, we don't need to put telegraph poles down. We're running extended. We can just right click on the map and press teleport here.
Right, does that work?
Yeah.
Lovely curves, lovely spacing, lovely overgrowth of flowers in the middle of the track. Cool. Right, that's reserved for future use. We don't need to go that way. So now we can get a train out of here. We can join the line on the left side, and we can go off towards the sawmill. Lovely.
I don't think that's a good idea, Paul.
What?
Going towards the sawmill.
Why?
Just stay away.
Is it?
Just stay away.
I'm going to go up there now and have a look around.
No.
So is this what you were thinking then, Paul?
Okay, where are you?
I'm sorry, I'm at the freight. I've done the other end of the track at the freight depot.
Hang on. Do you know what? I'm just going to teleport. Cheats, enable flying.
You can just right click and teleport here, if that's what you were trying to do.
Right. Where are you? I'm at the sidings. Okay.
So I've just finished the lay-by for the freight depot off the main.
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
you just pull over and do that. The only thing we can't do at the moment is, well, how do you get from, the other lane, if you like, if you come in, say, from the ironworks.
Well, I figured that is at the point where, where you've already done all your switch stuff. You can do that there, can't you?
Exactly.
If you happen to be on the wrong track at that point, you need to make sure you're on the left track.
Well, you could also insert a similar crossover down here.
Yeah, but that'll be at the similar end as to where you've just built your end, right?
Yeah, further down.
Yeah, cool.
Right, let's go and have a look at Pups' work.
Don't
His
need to go down
workmanship,
here.
his engineering skills. Let's have a look. He's a genius, remember? With genius level IQ.
You
That's
don't need to.
so tight.
Sammy, go away and go back to your part.
That is just...
I know it works because this is how we had it before. You just got to go really slowly.
Well, that curve.
Yeah. Unless you can do any better on the curve, but that's the best I could get it. It's like a 39-degree angle.
Yeah.
So that's a 46-degree curve.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
What was the siding for again? Was that just where we're storing cars?
Yeah. Because going towards the smelter, we used to have sidings of about... We had like 4 or 5 sidings, didn't we?
And they're spaced with the 90-degree pieces.
No! These are not spaced with the 90-degree pieces, Paul. These are spaced with Somi's method, which caused me to nearly pull my hair out.
I'm saying nothing.
I wish I kept to the 90-degree spacing. It would have made my life a lot easier.
And that's wide enough for 2 trains to go side by side, is it?
Apparently so.
Something?
Yeah.
It wasn't really a confident yes, that was it? I don't think.
Well, the train doesn't extend much past the ties.
Well, I guess we better chop some trees.
Well, do you want to go to the sawmill, Paul, and start building a layout there?
Well, I think I'm going to go to the sawmill and just plop some water towers down so we can work out how we're going to get there. Do we want to go the same way we did last time, or a different way in, or?
I say we just go for whatever feels right, Paul.
Because there's an annoying ridge in the terrain.
I was going to say we have to go up and down a hill anyway.
I've done both. I've come in from the east side and I've come in from the west side. Whichever end I've come in is the opposite, I've had a full loop on the return. So it's a continuous bit of track. So it's a loop.
I don't know. I'm going to get a cup of tea. I need it after sorting out that radius. It's a Sunday, okay? My brain's not meant to do maths.
Right, that'll get us to here. And then we got some shenanigans over here. If I remember correctly, we had a loop. I'm trying to think how we did this. You had to go down that side of it, down this side of it, and then I think we had a loop around the back somewhere. Is there a particular way of measuring out the track alongside a platform now? Because it used to be a bit sensitive to being too close or too far away.
Sorry, Paul, were you asking me a question?
Yeah, I've been talking to myself.
You were just speculating, that's how.
Is there a particular way or technique for building down the side of a platform so it's not too far away and not too close?
Generally speaking, the sharp drop off of the groundwork can pretty much be. See, told you it didn't work.
Mute your phone, dude. Flick the switch.
So so don't let the embankment touch the posts, because it's actually kind of better to be a little bit further away than not. Best way to do it is place it. And
What's
then,
that? Does that look all right then?
Yeah, so press it and then fire up. Just click one of the cranes, because at the sawmill you aren't going to waste resources because it's where it spawns.
That's too close, I think. I don't know.
So what you want is when that crane
way off.
spins over, you want that kind of landing in the middle of the track, right?
Yes, that's way too far.
That would probably it would work, but it's probably a bit too close. That's at least with the sawmill, you get an idea of the spacing because you have unlimited resources on the cranes, right?
That's probably all right. And then we want a similar thing over here, I believe. Although I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Really concerned with Puppy's curve, I've got to be honest.
What the... Yeah, because I know you can never get the bigger trains down there anyway because of that curve, but it still seems a bit tight.
If the middle of the train doesn't jump off the track, I think it'll be impressive.
Man, the sound of somebody using a handsaw. Ha! Fool. Okay, that looks all right, doesn't it? Decent. Bingo.
Looks good to me.
You just wasted logs, by the way.
Yeah, well, the logs you can waste. Of all the resources to try this out on, this is where you do it.
Right.
What's up, my friend?
Nothing, just establishing platforms. There's plenty of land over here to turn around on.
So I need to... Oh, I don't know. We need like a main line going to the sawmill, and then we need to split off it going back to the sale point, don't we?
You need to produce a Y, so you've got inbound and outbound traffic.
Which is the inbound here?
Doesn't matter. Pups, I was talking to you, so you need to produce some sort of Y arrangement of either joining them
it needs to
together
go to the sawmill, the logging camp, the freight depot, and the smelter.
Yeah.
Why do I get the difficult jobs?
Well, that's so you just need to produce it into a Y. So whether you want to join them both together and then have it go left and right, or you want to split both, but then you'd have to do a cross, which, you know.
Doesn't help that there's a hill right in front of where the lines come out.
Right. think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go that way out of here and merge that line into this one and come this way.
Oh, so you're going to have... Okay, yeah. So you're not going to have a loop. It's going to be like a passing, yeah?
Well, I'm figured further back that way towards the sawmill, where Pups is. If you come in from the sawmill, you'll hit a Y. So you split off into whichever one you want to come into, one of these two. And then you rejoin on a Y, coming this way. So you basically split and then rejoin. And turn around and it loops you back towards the other track. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay, so do you want me to build a loop at one end of these tracks? So it doesn't matter which way you come in, you'll just either hit the logging side first or the cordwood side first.
Well, I'm thinking if you're coming in, you'll hit a Y.
You'll have the cordwood as a lay-by.
Okay? Step back then. What's the requirement for this area?
Logs first and logs to the logging camp.
So do you need to come into one side and then leave, or do you need to come into one side and go to the other side?
Generally one side and then leave.
Okay, yeah. So you come into... So you come in this way, you hit a Y and decide which one you're coming into.
Yeah.
And then you either go left or right.
Yeah.
And then further down there, you rejoin the track. It's the Y again to rejoin back to single, and then the single loops to the right and goes back onto the main line that came in.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah.
Or is there a different way of doing it?
There's Paul, it's an open world. You can build any one.
Well, I don't want to build it and then be like, yeah, but you can't do this now. Because like, if there's a requirement, I need to know.
I don't think there's any limitation to what you've said.
You know where your main line's going to be? Them coming out of the sawmill.
Basically, the main line I always feel is the easy bit. Building the stations to be effective is the hard bit. So if you build the station, we can connect it with the main later. So wherever it ends up is where it ends up, and we'll deal with wherever it ends up.
Yeah, because I can't build out onto the Y to know where your line's going to sit.
Yeah, but you have to start somewhere, right? So if you say this is where the Y is going to be, then that's fair enough. Okay, we'll build to there.
Yeah, but that's taking a lot of responsibility.
Yeah,
so
well, if you feel competent with your build...
Genius moves, mate. You're a genius. You can do it.
We do have the line coming from the freight depot now, don't we?
Well, sort of.
Okay, let me go and find that.
Nothing, lad. We don't really want to discuss the F1 just because some people haven't seen it and spoilers and stuff. If we discuss it, it'll spoil it.
Low him. That's if.
That's what Sons of the Forest needs. Railroads. Mutants driving steam trains. That's a concept for a game. Guesswork number 1. I feel like the preview that gives you here tells you absolutely nothing about what you're going to get. UI needs a lot of work. Oh, yeah. So I want the other one, which must be the right. Oh, this is just driving me nuts. Literally know what I want to do, no idea how to get it. Just have to keep mashing this until I get what I want. All I want is like a back join.
The theory that I try and go with is try and remember the piece that you've picked up, so you know that you probably don't need a right or you don't need a left, and then you're at least 50% of the way there.
That's probably a bit sharp. Yeah, I think we need to do this further back. Scumbaggery.
Ah, okay. Didn't realise there was quite a change in elevation.
Hey, Pep. Whoa, I just saw a tree go flying.
So is this what you were thinking, Paul?
No idea, mate.
I don't think we have any plan at this point.
You have a plan, but communicating them is difficult.
Imagine having a planning tool.
It may be able to sketch.
That's why we used the annotate tool last time.
Is there going to be one or two main lines coming from where you are?
There'll be one line.
Okay.
I'm not going to be doing two, I don't think.
Reckon we need two going towards the smelter? Because that's going to get quite a bit of traffic because the smelter, iron ore and coal mine up that way.
Yeah, I don't think we had one last time, but that's because it was so painful to build it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to clip the building, but I thought I'd try it. See where we're at.
Sammy,
Yes.
what's a decent radius for a turn?
Well, I would generally go. In my world, I try not to do anything less than 70.
So is 80/90 okay?
80/90 is great.
Okay, because that will
Basically,
work
the higher the
nicely.
number, the better. But that's where my little spreadsheet comes in, where I try and stay above 70.
Because I can make 90 work.
It does depend on your location, you're right. There we go.
Only that 0-degree incline, but it looks at a different level.
Right. Let's see where you're at, Sammy.
I'm just at the other end of the sawmill. I haven't gone any further than that.
I mean, in terms of track and stuff. Okay, so yeah, where you are going now. Originally waypointed. If you want to sort of turn left, because I don't know, you're going to hit a ridge where you are. So you kind of want to start turning left. In fact, I think what you should have done, this junction here, you'd have been better having it going the other way. So how can I put this? Your straight piece is coming off this one. You've been better with your straight piece coming off this one. You see what I mean? So that you're going off in a different direction. Because you want to be coming a bit more left. If I cut some trees down, you can perhaps see the water tower.
Oh, I just deleted the wrong piece of track.
Like that?
Imagine if you had an undo, pups.
I know, right?
There has been a couple of times when on my build I've been like, no!
Control Z, no!
Yeah, I've pressed Control Z and it's done nothing and I've felt so upset.
You
So
got a chainsaw DLC?
Are you having these two joined together? Or are you going to have it so that these two run into parallel lines?
Well, we could do either. It depends if you want to single track it back down there or double track it back down there.
Would the description of a teardrop be? Would that make sense? So that you've got your roundy bit where we are now, and then you're going to teardrop it into a single point. That makes sense, or am I being non-artistic enough?
So you're quite an elevation at that point,
Yeah,
aren't you?
but your elevation will drop off. If you look at the Railroads Online Extended map, the line of water towers that you've got coming in, your elevation will drop off at that point. So if I don't know whether you want to keep this bit level, and then we'll discuss whether we need to be going upping or downing, if you're going to do the teardrop thing.
Well, yeah, because up at my end, I'm going to be...
Because you see, your elevation stays pretty much the same until you get to the same ridge that I'm already dropped off of, right?
My junction's the wrong one at a different junction. Then I'm going to be turning around. I think my elevation's probably lower than yours at that point. And I'm going to have to merge with you somewhere. Where are you thinking we'll merge then? Let's put it that way. You thinking we'll merge on the ridge near the water tower or at the water tower or what?
Accidentally teleport.
You did what?
Accidentally teleported.
Happy?
Yeah, I'll do.
That's quite a shot. That's not that. Is that a shot? Yeah, that'll be alright.
I think it'll be fine. But we'll see. I predict by the end of this stream, Pops will be drinking beer.
Lol.
Possibly something stronger, Paul.
So are you now going to progressive to the right, and I'm going to progressive to the left, and then at some point we'll put a point there? Is that what we're aiming for? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm basically trying to turn us to the right now.
Yeah, so if you try and go to the right, I'll try and go to the left, and at some point we'll find that we're together, right?
That's the theory, but my question was, where do you think we'll end up meeting? Do you think it'll...
I don't know, but let's let the track decide, Paul.
Because I could adjust depending on whether we need to... I need to come down a bit or not.
Okay, I need to ask you an aesthetic question now, and I realise that Pups just cringed, and it cringes me to even ask you an aesthetic question because I know how pedantic with the biggest capital P you can be about aesthetics.
It's all lies, guys. I won't believe a word of this.
I need to ask you...
Could you just like move that decal like 2 pixels up because it's slightly off?
So I need to ask you, and it pains me to ask you, but I've
Colour
got
bridge door one.
to ask the question of what colour bridge would you like?
What a prediction.
And preferably, I would like you to say the first one, because it's then easier every time you want to build it, because
Don't be silly.
set as default, but I'm going to build you all 5 sections of this particular type of bridge, and you can come and pick which one you would like.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right,
Okay.
I'll be over in a sec.
Pups, I'm having an aneurysm, mate. Give me a minute.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the bridge design. Ooh. So I presume you've got untreated wood, which is...
I don't care what you think it is. I want you to
Huge,
tell me which one of these 5 I'm allowed to use. I would want to use the first bit, which you've already said it's a huge no.
Yeah, it's a huge no. That's definitely a no. The grey
And
makes
if
it
you
look
tell me
metal.
you want it to look like this, I will actually be getting in my car, driving to Chelmsford to slap you in the head.
Hang on, why has this got a white barrier and this one's got a brown barrier? Why is that?
Because it's a different section. So I've done 5 10-meter sections
I see.
of colour of track. You are allowed to pick one and stick to one forever. Hold your peace.
This one.
Otherwise,
the one that I'm on
I will be
right
driving
now.
to Chelmsford to slap you in the head. Have
This
you
one.
got that?
This one.
The middle one.
This one, where I'm stood. Where I'm floating.
The end. The 4th from the end.
The kind of creosote looking one that doesn't have a white barrier on it.
Right, okay. So that is called creosote, funnily enough. So
Yeah.
that bridge is called creosote, okay?
That one, yeah. 'Cause
Also,
that's-
can they add a hotkey to like just press 0 degree radius quickly?
No,
I was thinking that.
The quickest way is to put your grid up to 100 and then put your
It's
grid
just
back
like,
down to
why
10.
can't that be a thing?
Because the UI sucks. That's why.
I enjoy the framework that somebody has designed here to force a decision quickly. See, they know what you like as well, and they don't even do any design work with you, Paul.
And pity the people that do.
I love the fact that he's not even calling it slanderous because he knows.
I'm saying nothing. Taking the fifth.
Yeah, exactly. It worked because I've got the experience of dealing with it.
They're just mean. That's all it is, guys. They're just mean.
Okay, we're the mean.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you?
Hang on a minute. I think I'm going to publish some Discord DMs between me and Paul.
I'll go back to that time I made a car livery for us in iRacing. Oh, that's one shade of red too much. Could you just take it back one shade?
I've got to step away from my computer because I'm having an aneurysm anyway. Oh,
Oh, the drama.
I've forgotten what I was doing.
Well, I don't know what he was doing. Wow, this bridge lane's a bit weird. What up if I knew where I was going? Let's try that.
Lol, Ken.
Right, I'm not sure where I need to get to. I think I can more or less go straight now. Why doesn't it remember the last bridge?
yeah, this is why I said I really want you to pick the first one.
Yeah, but that's not a reason, is it?
For him, Sammy.
It's not my fault the UI sucks.
I would love if it cached the last answer that you gave it so that when you opened it up again, it would be set on the one that you had.
I don't even think like it's much programming effort either. Have we got any like ladders to get up these bridges, or do we still build janky slopes and things?
Well, the janky slopes is sort of a thing, but I think they've changed the way that works as well.
I don't understand. They don't allow you to fly around in the base game, but somehow they expect you to be able to get back onto these bridges without any ladders on them. The red water tower has a ladder. Why doesn't the bridge have a ladder? Right, can you see on the map something where my line's going and your line's going? We're kind of meeting at a water tower by the look of it.
Yeah, I think I was going to go back a section on mine though, because I think I want to be going to the right now. And I'm not sure whether we both ought to be going down a degree while we're
I could start a gentle decline.
building this, because basically I'd either try and remember what figure you used for the corner, so that if you needed to rebuild it with a down slope, you know what it is.
2 degree, okay.
You're actually going to start putting an incline on.
Well, I'm just going to lower myself because it's pretty high where I am. So I was thinking I'll lower myself down a bit. But I could have started lowering a bit further back.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
I mean, imagine if you could use survey tools and put things up with elevation points on them and say, here's what we need to meet. Ant, thank you for 33 months. Good morning to you. I'm fine, thanks. Come on, game. Oh, it really is a pain just having to get back on your track. Right. I can kind of see your track now. So if I build to here, because I think this is our merge point.
Yeah, I'll start building like to the left now, so it'll be a nice progressive off to the side rather than... Then comes the next point of getting a point in the air. The question is, do I bring my track as a less of a incline so that they meet?
Yeah, I think we'll just have to get next to each other and then make an adjustment. Come on, tree. The unchoppable tree. Okay, so should I curve a bit more towards you then?
Yeah, sorry, Paul, just BRB.
Right.
No, I think you perhaps carry on straight, and I'll curve into you.
Right. Why were these trees cut down? Go away. We're not both at the same height, but because there are no like survey and marker tools, the best you can do is kind of just build to each other, see where you're at, and then one of you just make an adjustment. Seems to be the way. Well, I've got a fairly straight piece of track that's on a 2-degree like declination, so I think he can merge into me.
I'm back.
What about?
Right, I've been on a constant 2-degree declination, something,
Okay.
and that's brought me to here, which is just in front of you.
I would say that's not too far out, really, is it?
No, we're not. I think we can merge that. Elevation-wise, it's pretty close. So how do we build a Y-junction on the... Oh, God. So you can't build a Y-junction on a bridge?
Nope. Because the tracks will clip through, and then the wooden bit from the other bit will affect the bit that you've got, basically.
So we have to have a floating piece then?
Sort of. It needs a bit of work, basically. What do I want to do?
Right, pups, whereabouts do I need to get to?
Your guess is as good as mine, Paul.
Where is he? There he is. Right, where are you at the moment?
Putting in a curve.
At the sawmill?
Just outside the sawmill, so I could get the Y in. You should see me, I'm jumping.
Oh, you're coming from the main line thing.
Yeah, so if you come to the main line a second, Paul.
Yeah.
Put I don't even know what it's called, a splitter?
Yeah, so it's are we 2-tracking or?
So I thought we were 2-tracking down to the smelter.
Yeah.
Hence,
Okay.
so I've put this splitter in here to create the Y junction for the sawmill and the logging camp. This
I think
one
you've
here.
oh, you're doing that's going that way, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, so you see where I am here, Paul? I've put
No.
go towards the main line.
Yeah.
I'll chop a tree down. You can see
I
the
see
tree
you now.
fall.
Yeah. Yeah, you put a junction there. I see that.
Yeah, junction here to go off and to the left where your main line is, and then I just need to create a Y junction to go in and out of the sawmill. But this turn is all in 20-degree pieces, 20-meter pieces. So if you need to delete it, will not delete the whole thing.
Don't forget, mate, that we're traveling from the left, so on the left side.
Oh yeah.
So just bear that in mind, because it affects how you lay the track.
It need to be deleted.
Does it? I don't know. I mean, you can if you're coming from the warehouse direction, should we call it that?
Yeah.
You can branch off here, can't you?
Yeah, to go to the logging camp.
Either
where you and
logging or
Sammy
whatever.
was.
So when you're
Yeah.
on this bit, you need to then get over there to your sawmill. There's just too many trees.
I wish there was an option just to say delete all trees. I'd quite happily click that button. Wait, there is a delete all tree button?
You can't delete all trees. The landscape will look ridiculous. I'd be happy with just like some
Delete
tool to
with
remove
15
trees a
mil.
bit more easily, because it's painful. You walk up to a tree, you
Yeah.
click on it, and then it doesn't do anything. So you have to click it 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Like one that you could say, like, delete trees within 20 meters of me.
I'd even set for a visual clue, like when I click it, it highlights it and goes, boom, I'm deleting that. I can stop clicking it now. I'd even settle for that.
I don't know if I'm deleting this track yet or not. I'm confused.
Are you near me, Paul?
Yeah, I'm trying to remove
Can
trees.
you delete the last piece of track that I have placed, please? As in the bridge section.
Okay, hang on. Next to you now. What, this one here?
Yep, please.
Delete rid of that. Done. Thank you, Pectec. The thing is, William, is I don't mind there being trees. I don't mind that. I just want...
A way to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's the same as in SnowRunner, that we don't mind rocks. We just want a way to deal with it.
Yep. You know what I mean? Like, it's a game, so it's all about giving you obstacles and barriers and making life difficult, and that's the challenge. And I accept that. But give me the tools to defeat those things. The UI is so bad for getting rid of trees. Or allow me to purchase a tool from the shop with money. So when I've earned some money, I can get, like, a chainsaw that will knock out 3 trees in one go, or an area or something.
Paul, could you
Yeah.
come to the bit of track that you deleted
Yeah.
and the section where it now joins? Because I know what the answer is, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
I'm at the join.
So down the left track, as you were looking at it when you said I'm at the join. Basically my bit, not your bit.
Yeah.
Come down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see the problem. But hey ho.
So are you happy with it's not difficult for me to fix it, but is this acceptable in future parts of your builds? Not necessarily here. I can fix it. It's easier to fix
it's not
it here.
mathematically perfect. I can see the issue. It depends on your own personal standards, Tommy.
Right, that's fine. Maybe there might be some acceptable points of using that, but I can fix it now.
I mean, you know, people are watching. I will say that. And they will judge you.
No, but you said yes, so it's fine.
I didn't
I've
say
got the
yes.
clearance. So in the future,
I didn't
if
say
it
yes.
looks like that, you won't go, oh, what's with this bit that looks like this? No, I
Myself-
can go, you said it was okay.
Myself and everybody else in chat will smile wryly and say, I guess somebody built that.
How's that, Paul? Is that better for your conscience?
My conscience? You just told me I said it was okay?
Look, once again, if I had the tools to do the job, I would do it. Look at that smirk on his face, Pups. You see that
I
smirk?
do see that smirk, yes. I've seen that smirk one too many times.
Oh, he's now playing the I'm all innocent head shoulder shrug. Like, I'm innocent, I don't know what
Chat
these
can
guys are
decide.
talking about.
Hey, Pops, what time's Bron want to join?
Second stream.
Wait, how long's his lunch? You have
I'm
lunch at
saying-
midday?
Yeah, but then he had to mod. Even though I'm sure if he asked Ken nicely.
Fair enough. I wasn't
I mean,
sure
it's not
when
like
he
Rome can do anything yet. We can't even run a train yet.
cut trees down.
If you two divorce, who ends up with me? Lol.
That statement should really be, if you three divorce, who ends up with me?
I'll give you that one, Tommy. Out of the three of you, what one would like me?
Oh, cool. Going in the right direction. Always a bonus.
I still don't know if I've done the right thing or not.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to put your line in the sand, try it out, see what happens, and then make an adjustment. So if it's wrong, we'll find out when we're trying to take a train down it.
I mean, it will work, whether it works as intended.
Not necessarily. Navarine has every confidence in you.
Oh, I can see that, yeah. I can see he has every confidence in me.
Come on, train.
We know if you derail it, Frame, because you just go quiet and then act like nothing has happened and go, oh, I'm just taking a break.
Or we suddenly hear like, yeah.
Yep.
May have derailed a train. I recommend you Sea of Thieves.
Don't talk
It's
to me
very
about
good
that
in
game.
Unreal Engine 4. Dude, we've played Sea of Thieves loads.
I'm still annoyed at that game, Paul.
It's been a while.
We stopped. I'll tell you why. The last time we played it, right? We went on a big set of missions, did loads of stuff, got an absolute load of booty. I mean, really, like, lot of XP, lot of money, everything like that. Came back, and all that week there'd been like certain issues with servers and all this kind of thing. We came back, we unloaded it all into the NPCs, sold it all, and the next day, none of it counted. None of it. We put in a support ticket about it.
They never even replied.
They just ignored it. We're literally like, we handed all this stuff in. We did like 3-4 hour run and got absolutely nothing for it. And the support ticket didn't even get updated. They just ignored it, like, yeah, whatever. We don't care. So it's kind of left a taste in my mouth that I didn't like. It's a fun, chill game. I enjoy it, but honestly, there are issues with the online stuff that are just, yeah, frustrating. And there's never been enough to do in the game, really. That's always been its problem. There's not enough of a story arc or like an impetus to play or missions that are of interest. There's a lot of repetitive missions and grind. Then there's the raids, and then there's the random stuff that you do with players, which is fine, you expect that. But not enough of a pull, that game.
Other than the shanties, which are good.
Yeah, but again, they've not really added many of those. They're all like the original ones.
Cool. So, happy with your sawmill build, Paul? Logging camp build, sorry.
I don't know. I'm still cutting down trees, mate. I mean, I assume we can do what we want now. We can get to where we need to be. So we just got to join this up and start moving logs. We need a maiden voyage.
Oh, as if this splitter is putting the track in the ground.
Got an elevation problem, puppy.
Leave me alone.
Did you hear that, Paul?
He's slowly being a broken man. By the end of today, he will be broken. It's my racing in his life.
Lol.
Oh, yeah.
F1 was a bit like our racing today.
Hot. Not done iRacing since Suzuka in November, like a year and a half ago.
Has it been that long?
Yep.
Damn.
Didn't you guys do a 24-hour last year?
We did the Le Mans last yeah, we
Was
did.
that last year or was that the year before?
Year before.
We didn't do it
Really?
last year?
No, it was the year before. Because we had the sub help us, didn't we? Yeah,
That was 2021. God, time is just ridiculous.
This track just goes into the side of that hill. I don't know if that's going to work. Because we can't remove ground. I don't know how that's going to work. Like, you literally need to gouge the ground here.
Wish you could. Oh, Captain's looked at his log, Paul.
Captain's log. Stardate. March 22.